Grabando.
Good afternoon. In this video I will try to explain some very important grammar concepts which will be defined by their use and by their differences. Our first concept is the part of speech. The part of speech is a category when a word is assigned in accordance with a syntactic function. For example, here we have a phrase which contains two parts of speech. Here we have an article and then we have a noun. Letter B, clause patterns. Clause patterns are structural frames when a situation we want to describe is molded or is something that we follow. For example, we have none of us works, and we divide it into a subject and then we have a verb. Here our pattern is SB. Depending on the sentence, we have a different pattern. Sentence is a set of words that contain one subject and one predicate. If you don't have one subject and one predicate, this is not a sentence. For example, in the sentence, this is a sentence, we have this as subject and the rest as a predicate. This is the subject and then a predicate. What do we need to know when we have a sentence? One subject and one predicate. The constituents are the linguistic structure words that are included in a sentence. Could be optional or compulsory. For example, the constituents are the linguistic structures words that are included in a sentence. Those could be optional or compulsory. In this example, Mary is speaking properly. We got the subject and the predicate. In this case, this is the verb, the finite verb, and then we have the up to there. We have the main concepts and definitions and also examples. Now in the second part, we are going to observe some many important differences that you, as a grammar learner, need to know. So, as I said before, now we are going to be focused on the difference between two concepts. Our first differences are between adverb and adverbial. We have to say that the adverb is completely focused on the verb, and this is a word class. The adverb modifies the verb, the adjective, even the whole sentence. Meanwhile, the adverbial is a syntactic unit. It expresses a function, and the difference between the object direct or the indirect object is very simple actually. This one answers the question what or whom. The indirect object answers the question to whom, to what, for what, or for whom. We have to say that both of them are parts of the sentence. Say something about someone or something, and those perform the verb. Our third difference is between the nouns and the pronouns. We have to say that the nouns are used to name people, as we can see here, places also, name of places, name of objects, events, etc. With the nouns, we name places, objects, or events, among many others. And the pronouns are words that suitably replaces the noun. So what's the difference here? The nouns are the name of places, objects, events, person, etc. And the pronouns replace the noun. Here we have a very important difference according to the verbs, which are intransitive and intransitive verbs. The intransitive verbs are action words that do not need or do not have an object receiving the action. There is nothing after the verb, and in the transitive verbs they require an indirect object, and the transitive verbs indicate the things, person for whom the action is done. So intransitive are only action words that do not need nothing before the verb, and the transitive verb first require an indirect object and indicate a thing or person. Our last couple of words that we are going to define because of its difference are about verbs. Again, we have lexical verbs and auxiliary verbs. And the main difference is that lexical verbs are all the verbs. Every single verb you know, it's a lexical one. Those are to show us actions related to vocabulary in language. Show us what is going on, what is happening. And on the other hand, we have the auxiliary verbs, which are verbs that are related to grammar. Why to grammar? Because auxiliary verbs helps the lexical verbs and show tenses, voice, aspect, among others. For example, if I say have, break, we can see here that I have a couple of verbs, have and break. Have is the auxiliary and break is the lexical one. Have is talking about present perfect and break is the verb lexical. After those almost 10 minutes, I hope you can understand the aspects of grammar and the concept that you don't know until this class. Enjoy your afternoon, enjoy grammar, enjoy the university, enjoy your life.